The Young and the Restless spoilers, May 19. Billy grills Amanda for intel. Here are your The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, May 19, 2025. When Billy grills Amanda for information, Phyllis calls in a favor, and Damien and Lily address their trust issues. Amanda Sinclair is back in town, and she's wasting no time getting reacquainted with her friends and acquaintances. Nate, Lily, and Devin learned that Amanda works for the mysterious Aristotle Dumis. So it only makes sense that Billy will want to connect with the legal eagle, as he has a lot riding on his association with the unseen mogul. Watch for the head of Abbott Communications to meet with Amanda. Will he learn from her what he wants to? Amanda is loyal to her own best interests, and right now, that is her new employer. We saw Phyllis fail to connect to Aristotle Dumis by phone last week. On top of that, Amanda asked her pal why she was reaching out to her boss. Watch for Phyllis to call in a favor on Monday's show. Once she learns that Amanda and Aristotle are connected, we imagine Phyllis will ask her bestie to arrange a meeting so that she can get some leverage in the business arena once she strikes an alliance with Aristotle. But will Amanda help her pal? Phyllis was very close to Amanda's twin Hillary. A nice rapport has developed between the fiery redhead and Hillary's twin. That doesn't mean that Amanda will risk her position with Dumis to benefit Phyllis. Damien and Lily have come a long way since the mystery man entered the lives of the Winters and Hastings families. We've seen Lily soften and slowly come to realize that Damien's a good guy. She recently asked him to come and work with her and Devon. Lily wasn't just offering Damien a position. She suggested they form an alliance where he could provide information about Dumis, promising to protect him with his new job. That has led to Damien and Lily being open about certain trust issues. On Monday's show, watch for Lily and Damien to discuss their concerns about being able to confide in one another. Can Damien truly be trusted to turn on his employer? Is Lily testing him? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Cane&Sally Spectra could be headed for a hot love affair. Will this new pairing sizzle after the Aristotle Dumis reveal? CDL previously speculated that Billy Flynn would be playing a Cane&Sally recast, and that he'd turn out to be the mystery man behind Dumis' empire. Now that Amanda Sinclair has returned to Y&R and dropped some huge hints, we're even more convinced Dumis is indeed Cain. Amanda gushed over how much Dumis respected Neil Winters and made it seem like he knew him personally. Of course, we couldn't ignore the compliment fest toward everyone at Winters either, especially since Dumis seems to know a ton about Lily Winters. We have every reason to believe Billy Flynn is stepping into Cain's shoes at this point, but that doesn't mean a Cain and Lily reunion will happen right away. Lily certainly isn't going to appreciate all the secrecy and the fact that she's been worried about the safety of her family's company for months. If Cain wants Lily back, then he's got a funny way of showing it. Lily should end up furious with Cain for a while, so that'll open the door for Cain to be paired up with another love interest in the meantime. Could Sally be a good option for Cain? Sally is already quite curious about Dumis and what he's really up to. That curiosity could potentially lead to some flying sparks once the whole truth comes out. Sally wants to support Billy Abbott, but the cracks in their romance are already starting to show. Billy is obsessing over the Newmans and not really paying much attention to Sally's needs in this relationship. It's all about Billy and what he needs instead, so Sally's exhausted at this point. Things may get worse before they get better, so Sally and Billy's couple status could be in jeopardy. Sally and Cain probably have a chemistry test in the works, so they might be paired up if they pass. How would you feel about a hot Cain and Sally love affair? Could Sally cheat on Billy with Cain, or will she dump Billy first and then land in Cain's bed? The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Monday, May 19, reveals that Amanda Sinclair will help keep Aristotle Dumis and Phyllis Summers apart, while Devin Winters asks a critical question. At Nate Hastings' apartment, he'll continue his meeting with Lily Winters and Devin Winters. That'll give Devin a chance to voice more concerns now that Amanda Sinclair has become a strange addition to this Dumis mess. After Damien Cain and Amy Lewis return from sharing a meal, Lily will talk to Damien about his job and plan to send the contract info for his lawyers to look over. Devin will pipe up about Amanda Sinclair and ask if Damien knows who that is, but Damien won't recall hearing her name. However, Devin will seem skeptical over whether Damien's telling the truth and will privately speak with Lily about whether Nate's half-brother can be trusted. Lily will defend Damien, but she'll get on his bad side later with a joke about how she's getting there on trusting him. Damien will wonder what more he has to do to prove himself, so it'll seem like he's overreacting a bit until Lily smooths things over. As for Nate, he'll look uneasy as he watches Lily and Damien chat from across the room. At the athletic club, Sally Spectra will complain when it becomes clear that Billy Abbott is only half listening to everything she says. Sally will guess that Nick Newman got inside Billy's head and stirred up some guilt over the whole Phyllis situation. Although Sally will worry Billy might eventually rehire Phyllis, he'll insist he's all in on running things with Sally. At Society, Phyllis will act like her entire future is riding on meeting with Dumis and getting him to fund her new venture. Amanda will confess that she's Dumis' lawyer and that she already spoke to him about the possibility of financially backing Phyllis. Since Amanda assumed that's what Phyllis wanted, she'll insist she tried to sing Phyllis praises. Unfortunately, Dumis passed since he's prioritizing other opportunities, so Amanda won't think Phyllis can change his mind. Phyllis won't have a real plan for what she wants to do anyway, so Amanda will try to convince her to let this go. The discussion will shift to Chancellor, along with Phyllis info that could help Dumis go after it. Nevertheless, Amanda will stand her ground on Phyllis needing to just move on. Back at the GEAC, Amanda will bump into Billy and Sally. The resulting conversation will be a frosty one since Amanda will recognize Sally as the woman who teamed up with Tara Locke to go after Phyllis' daughter. Amanda will admit she's serving as Aristotle Dumis' legal counsel, so Billy will point out that his Dumis meetings keep getting pushed back. Although Billy will have questions about that, Amanda will suggest he'd have to talk to Dumis himself. Billy will argue that he's trying and will seek some help, so Amanda will agree to see what she can do. Amanda will also give Billy a nudge to repair his bond with Jill Abbott, who doesn't like that their relationship has crumbled. Once Amanda walks away, Sally will express some distrust when it comes to Dumis' attorney. After Sally bets that Amanda's keeping secrets, Billy will agree that things are getting awfully suspicious when it comes to all the Dumis drama. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks, May 19 to May 30, reveal that Kyle Abbott will make some bad decisions while Diane Jenkins Abbott deals with some alarm bells. Some Newman party drama is also brewing, so fans won't want to miss all the action. During the week of May 19 to 23, Billy Abbott will pump Amanda Sinclair for information on Aristotle Dumis and will ask for her help scoring the meeting Dumis keeps putting off. While Sally Spectra shares her distrust of Amanda with Billy, Devin Winters will talk to Damien Cain about Amanda as well. Although Damien will claim he's never heard of Amanda, Devin won't know if he should believe that. Phyllis Summers will find out Amanda is serving as Dumis' legal counsel, but Amanda will try to steer her away from Dumis and any funding she's hoping to get from him. Over with Claire Newman, she'll have a party proposition for Victor Newman that's met with some skepticism. However, Victor will later turn his attention to Nikki Newman as he pulls out all the stops to make her birthday special. Nikki and Victor will savor some romantic moments on May 21, which is when My and R will air a fun episode that's centered on 3 significant couples. Victor and Nikki will obviously be one of them, but so will Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, along with Jack Abbott and Diane. Speaking of Diane, she'll be alarmed over some of the bad decisions Kyle seems to be making. Kyle seems poised to ignore Claire's concerns about his Audra Charles trap and move full speed ahead with it anyway. Next, Abby Winters will encounter Amanda and interrogate her about her boss agenda. Amanda will once again make it clear that Dumis means Winters no harm and actually wants to protect the company instead. Once Cole Howard's medical results are revealed, will Victoria Newman realize the situation is dire? If so, that could potentially put Victoria on the road to a fast engagement with Cole if they want to make the most of whatever time they have left. Back with Victor, he'll throw a major warning at Michael, so will it push his attorney to his breaking point? Lauren has been begging Michael to quit working for Victor, so we'll see if Michael eventually caves in. The week of May 26 to 30 will bring a party planner named Pietro into the picture. Pietro will help put together an epic Newman bash, one that will apparently serve as belated shindig for Nikki's birthday. Claire will look forward to parading Kyle around this event and making Victor see just how happy they are together. That sounds like a doomed plan if you ask us, especially since Audra is plotting Claire and Kyle's romantic destruction under Victor's pressure. One way or another, this party may end in catastrophe. Tessa Porter may ultimately make another effort to get through to Mariah Copeland and convince her to open up about what happened on her business trip. However, it's clear that nothing good went down. No matter what betrayal Mariah committed, it could prove disastrous for her marriage and send Tessa to Daniel Romalotti Jr. for comfort again sooner or later. Finally, Chelsea Lawson will find out if she can truly trust Adam Newman to stand against his father when necessary. Adam has pushed Chelsea to have a little faith in him, so will he keep his promise or bow to Victor in the end? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal there are 3 must-see moments for the week of May 19, 2025. Fans can expect Amanda Sinclair to insist that Aristotle Dumas wants to protect Winters. Audra Charles is forced to defend her actions. Plus, Victoria Newman makes a decision about her relationship with Cole Howard. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Next week, fans will see Amanda continue to circulate around Genoa City. In the brief time she has come back to the screen, Amanda has reconnected with several people. The meeting with Nate Hastings, Devin Winters, and Lily Winters didn't exactly go smoothly. Amanda also confronted Phyllis Summers about reaching out to Dumis. Next, Amanda will connect with Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra. Then, Amanda claims to Abby Winters that Dumis isn't trying to steal the company, he's trying to protect it. Even though Amanda stands firm in her claim, Abby will be suspicious. Abby will ask what Dumis is getting out of the whole deal. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of May 19 reveal that Audra will be forced to defend herself. Lily has already told Audra that she doesn't trust her. Audra claimed that she was trying to prove herself. However, Audra is supposed to divide Kyle Abbott and Claire Grace Newman. If successful, Victor Newman will give Audra her own company. Nate is aware of the deal, but doesn't know about the manipulation part. Then, with Holden Novak complicating things, Audra's relationship with Nate is at risk. Plus, it will only prove to Lily that she was right about Audra all along. Back over with Kyle and Claire, Audra will already be causing issues. In a weekly preview clip, Claire tells Kyle that she doesn't like the sound of his idea. There is also Victoria, who will make a decision about her relationship with Cole. Victoria and Cole seem very happy together. However, there is that nasty cough of Cole's. While he is brushing it off as a cold, there are signs it could be something much worse. Will Victoria once again lose a love just when she decides to go all in? All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Justin Hartley left daytime behind 9 years ago, having played the young and the restless Adam from 2014 to 2016. But the actor has since become a Hollywood sensation in both film and primetime. He became a household name playing Kevin on the family drama This Is Us, and after its cancellation in 2022, Hartley went on to become an executive producer and star in the CBS hit series Tracker. Last Sunday, the network aired the show's season finale, with a cliffhanger that left Hartley's Coulter in tears, and the action-packed episode didn't go unnoticed by one of the actor's former co-stars. "Watched Tracker with my friend Justin Hartley starring," cheered Eric Braeden, who played his TV dad Victor, via his official Facebook page. "I was blown away by the final show." He went on to praise the excellent script, direction, casting, camera work, and locations, then added, "Justin is one of those rare actors with absolute authenticity. One believes every move. Great show, brother." Now, if you haven't watched the season finale yet, don't read on. Rather jump to the gallery below for more Hartley. Again, spoiler alert. The cliffhanger that we mentioned above not only gave Coulter some of the answers he's been searching for surrounding his father's death, but one in particular that he hadn't been counting on. Hearing that his mother was to blame for his dad falling to his death, well, the man staring down the barrel of Coulter's gun definitely had reason to fear for his own life. In the latest developments on The Young and the Restless, Amanda Sinclair finds herself at the center of a dangerous power struggle that threatens her career, her safety, and possibly her life. Once the trusted legal advisor to the enigmatic and powerful Aristotle Dumis, Amanda now finds herself ensnared in a web of betrayal and pursuit, orchestrated by some of Genoa City's most influential players. Amanda's deep entanglement with Dumis's corporate empire, characterized by offshore holdings, shell companies, and covert financial networks, initially positioned her as a key strategist behind his operations. But her intimate knowledge, once a strategic advantage, now marks her as a liability. Her skills in obfuscating ownership and crafting airtight contracts had made her indispensable, but when whispers of her allegiance to Victor Newman reached Dumis's circle, the tides began to turn. Victor, ever the tactical manipulator, saw Amanda's expertise as a gateway to undermining Dumis. He launched a calculated campaign to lure her into his camp, offering wealth, influence, and a clean exit from Dumis's morally ambiguous world. Amanda, tempted by the prospect of autonomy and seduced by the promise of security, eventually agreed, naively underestimating Dumis's capacity for vengeance. Her defection did not go unnoticed. Dumis's network quickly intercepted communications, tracked financial transactions, and monitored Amanda's clandestine meetings with Victor's operatives. The evidence was damning. A chilling message from Dumis himself confirmed what Amanda feared most. She had violated an unspoken covenant. Retaliation was inevitable. Now, Amanda is on the run. Her life has transformed from that of a composed legal professional to a fugitive relying on burner phones, aliases, and contingency escape plans. With every step she takes, she remains acutely aware that Dumis's mercenaries are closing in, trained, ruthless operatives with one mission: to eliminate her before she can further compromise his empire. Victor attempts to intervene with motorcades, decoys, and promises of sanctuary, but Amanda knows Dumis is always 2 steps ahead. Even as she navigates Genoa City's back alleys and safe houses, she feels the weight of betrayal and the razor edge of looming danger. Every message, every breath, is a gamble. Amanda's journey culminates in a desperate escape attempt. Armed with forged documents and vital evidence on a flash drive, she slips into the night, clinging to the hope that she might reach a rendezvous with Victor's trusted protector. Her destination is uncertain, and her chances are slim, but survival demands movement. As she disappears into the darkness beyond Genoa City, Amanda confronts the stark reality of her choices. The legal mastery that once shielded her now means little against Dumis's unrelenting wrath. The question remains, will Victor's resources be enough to counter a man whose reach spans continents? Or is Amanda destined to become another casualty in the relentless war of corporate giants? I&R spoiler alert. Here are your teasers for The Young and the Restless for the week of Monday, May 19th to Friday, May 23rd, 2025. Be sure to tune in to CBS every weekday to see how everything plays out in Genoa City. Billy grills Amanda for intel. Phyllis calls in a favor. Damien and Lily discuss their trust issues. Victor is skeptical of Claire's proposal. Victoria makes a decision about her relationship with Cole. Holden quizzes Kyle about his past with Audra. Victor surprises Nikki with a romantic evening. Michael distracts Lauren from their problems. Jack helps Diane find her place with the Abbotts. Abby is bothered and on guard by Amanda's return. Audra is forced to defend her actions. Damien accepts an intriguing offer. Victor gives Michael a dire warning. Lauren worries about her marriage. Diane worries about Kyle's decision-making. May 12. Beth Maitland, Tracy Abbott. May 29. Tracy Bregman in Genoa City. Beneath the surface of corporate power and prestige, a complex web of secrets continues to unravel. At the center of this intricate network lies Aristotle Dumis, a shadowy figure known for his financial influence and strategic guidance in elite circles. Publicly seen as a silent investor, Dumis has quietly shaped the city's business landscape, including the recent rise of Billy Abbott's ventures. Billy's rapid success seemed almost too smooth, and now the truth begins to emerge. His trusted confidant, Sally Spectra, has played a larger role than he ever suspected. Despite appearing as a professional advisor, Sally's involvement with Dumis runs deeper. A revelation that hits Billy with brutal clarity when he overhears Sally call Dumis father during a covert meeting in a hidden forest bunker. This secret familial tie recontextualizes every interaction Billy has had with her. From subtle strategic nudges to well-timed counsel, it becomes clear that Sally has likely been executing her father's agenda all along. The realization shakes Billy's confidence, igniting fears of manipulation and betrayal. Rather than confront Sally or Dumis directly, Billy adopts a strategic approach. He begins a covert investigation, tracing Sally's past and scrutinizing her connections. He leverages his ties in law enforcement and enlists a skilled private investigator to gather data, from shell companies and anonymous financial transactions to surveillance of her movements. Each data point builds toward a deeper understanding of how he was steered into Dumis's orbit. Billy's suspicions are further supported by whispers about Sally's background, tales of a privileged yet secretive upbringing, rumors of insider grooming, and rapid ascension in the fashion world, fueled by unseen support. Every layer he peels back brings him closer to understanding the full extent of the Dumis operation and Sally's role within it. The emotional toll is considerable. Billy must reconcile the warm relationship he once believed was genuine with the harsh possibility that he was merely a pawn. Still, he presses forward, recognizing that knowledge is power. And in Genoa City's world of influence and shadow play, power determines survival. As Billy prepares to confront major players like Victor Newell and Sally's assistant Simone, he does so with caution. His aim is not confrontation but manipulation, to subtly extract truths without alerting his targets. He must walk a fine line between investigation and exposure. Meanwhile, the stakes escalate. If Dumis's backing is revealed to be part of a broader scheme, Billy could suffer not only personal and professional ruin, but also damage to the Abbott family legacy. Yet doing nothing is not an option. The path ahead is fraught with risk, but Billy is resolved to reclaim control over his destiny. Elsewhere, Phyllis finds herself entangled in the Dumis web as well. Despite her public denials, suspicions mount that she is seeking a connection with the elusive power broker. When Amanda Sinclair, Dumis's legal counsel, confronts her, Phyllis is forced to admit that her career's failures and Billy's unreliability have pushed her towards seeking new alliances. As these narratives converge, the power dynamics of Genoa City are shifting. The secrets that have long remained buried are beginning to surface, and those involved must now decide where their loyalties truly lie. In a dramatic turn of events on The Young and the Restless, Victoria Newman finds herself confronting a devastating truth that shatters the emotional foundation she had carefully rebuilt with Cole. What began as a deeply emotional reunion, rooted in shared history, quickly devolves into a painful confrontation with deception and betrayal. Initially, Victoria is consumed with sympathy and love for Cole after he confesses to having a fatal illness. The news rattles her world and leads her to abandon her corporate responsibilities in favor of becoming his full-time caregiver. Her belief in Cole's integrity and her emotional vulnerability cause her to accept his claims without question, even as inconsistencies in his story begin to surface. Cole's hesitation to discuss medical details, his evasive responses, and eventually falsified medical documents trigger Victoria's suspicions. Her quiet investigation reveals a shocking truth. Cole fabricated his illness in a desperate attempt to hold on to her love and hide the fact that he is not Claire's biological father. His fear of abandonment drove him to manipulate Victoria's emotions rather than face the consequences of honesty. On what was meant to be their engagement day, Victoria receives legitimate medical records proving that Cole is in perfect health. This revelation prompts a dramatic confrontation where Cole admits everything. The emotional fallout is immediate and intense. Though still in love, Victoria understands that the foundation of their relationship has eroded beyond repair. She calls off the engagement, choosing to walk away not out of vengeance, but to reclaim her self-respect and protect her daughter, Claire. This decision marks a significant evolution in Victoria's character. No longer the emotionally entangled woman willing to ignore red flags, but a mother and professional committed to truth and resilience. Meanwhile, Cole is left to reckon with the consequences of his actions. He loses not just Victoria, but the self-respect that comes with living truthfully. His departure from Genoa City is marked by regret, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of deception, especially when love is at stake. The storyline culminates in a powerful message. Love built on dishonesty cannot endure. Victoria emerges stronger, dedicating herself to healing and raising Claire with honesty and integrity. As she moves forward, she carries the hard-earned wisdom that only truth and mutual respect can lay the groundwork for a lasting relationship. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that the show could be gearing up for a drugging victim, a fake cheating setup, and the ultimate trust question. One relationship will soon be put to the test, so let's talk about the challenges ahead. Audra Charles has been tasked with blowing up Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman's relationship, so she's trying to keep her end of the bargain and secure funding for her new cosmetics company. If Audra can make Kyle look unworthy of Claire and ruin their future together, Victor Newman has promised to honor his part of their agreement. Based on Audra's efforts in the May 15 show, we're finally seeing the first signs of progress when it comes to her scheme. In the coming Y and R episodes, Kyle will remain rattled over the breakthrough super product that Audra's been bragging about and will become increasingly determined to figure out if it actually exists. In other words, Kyle is taking the bait and could fall right into the trap Audra sets for the next part of her plot. Despite Kyle's promise that Claire has nothing to worry about, his attempt to get close to Audra and discover more info could spell trouble. Will Audra slip something in Kyle's drink at some point? Could Kyle become a drugging victim and wake up in Audra's bed with no memory of how he got there? Audra doesn't plan to actually cross the line with Kyle, so she just intends to give the illusion of impropriety. It's possible Audra will drug Kyle and arrange for Claire to find him with her in a suite at the GCAC. Of course, this could be risky since the news could get back to Nate Hastings. However, Audra might become so fixated on her vibrant goals that she doesn't fully consider the consequences of this fake cheating trap. Another option might be if Audra finds someone else to take her place in this fox cheating scenario. It'd be easy to hire some attractive woman to pretend she slept with Kyle and dupe Claire. Kyle may not remember much of anything if Audra drugs him, so his attempts to deny his betrayal might be tough for Claire to buy. Even Kyle himself may not fully know what happened, but he could eventually point the finger at Audra for drugging him. In the end, Claire might have to decide just how much she trusts Kyle and who she really believes. Kyle and Claire could get past the mess if Claire comes to realize Victor set all this in motion by giving Audra a breakup mission. Young and Restless remains a hot mess. Please see last week's rant, as I'm well past the risk of repeating myself on that topic. Focusing on this week and beyond, Amanda's return brought with it hints that dropped like anvils as to Dumis' real identity. After watching Friday's scenes with Amanda, Devin, Nate, and Lily, I feel 90% sure that Aristotle Dumis is Cain Ashby. Cain's been gone from Genoa City the correct amount of time. He admires Neil, would be happy about Lily, Devin, and Nate working together to take their family business to new heights, and it's believable that he would have recruited Amanda. There are a few questions to be answered, however. The first, where did he get the money to become a tycoon? Cain returned Devin's billions that had been stolen by his father Colin and hidden in the Maldives, but it took a while. Perhaps Cain got his start from the interest the fortune garnered whilst in Colin's account. Second, why would he want to help Billy? It's believable that Cain might be upset about Jill selling Chancellor to Victor, considering his loyalty to Catherine, but it's the part about him reaching out to Billy that gives me pause. Though they did forge a truce at one point, it was Billy that told Lily about Cain kissing Victoria while she was in jail, and that led to the end of his marriage. Cain actually decked Billy for tattling. Moreover, given Cain as Dumis knows everything about the Winters' recent history, he'd know Billy fired Lily. So it's hard to believe he'd want to help him get Chancellor back. It's not impossible, perhaps he agrees with Victor that his ex-wife is better off at Winters. But we have to consider the idea that perhaps he's setting Billy up. If so, why would Amanda go along with it? She did make a point of saying she didn't like what Billy did to Lily. Finally, Dumis being Cain also explains why he'd allow Lily to be given the false impression that Damien was up to no good, so as to thwart any growing connection between them. But there's another question. Did Dumis/Cain know Damien was linked to Nate when he hired him to run 2 companies? If not, it's quite the coincidence. Do you think Dumis is Cain? Vote. Nothing made me happier this week than how rattled Devin was by Amanda. Sally's meditation for Billy was lovely, but I don't tune into soaps to see characters becoming less dramatic. Sharon and Phyllis seem destined to land back in a triangle with Nick. For all her protestations about not allowing anyone to control her life again after Jordan, Claire's totally allowing Victor to do it. Audra taunted Kyle and pushed his buttons knowing he'd take action that would ultimately blow up his own relationship. Kinda brilliant. Holden's going to be a thorn in her side though. Storyline's gone missing. What's going on with Terea and the big secret? What's going on with Cole? Is he dying or not? Why doesn't Nikki have MS anymore? Oak, we won't dig that deep. Until next week, folks, for the Monday, May 19 episode of The Young and the Restless, spoilers photos show Amanda runs into some familiar faces and causes quite a stir. Amanda's return to the city doesn't go unnoticed, not in the least. Imagine Phyllis's surprise to see her good friend about town, right there at Society. The ladies will be all hugs and air kisses as they reconnect. But will Red get the scoop on why Amanda is really there? It could bode well in Amanda's favor to let Phyllis in on her grand plan, especially the part about taking down Billy. Speaking of Billy, he'll be dining at the club with Sally and things between them look a bit tense. And they're about to get even more tense when Amanda stops by. Seeing her rattles Billy, and he immediately starts pressing for intel. Will he get it? What will Amanda spill, and how much, if any of it, will be the truth? In a young and the restless shocker that has left fans gasping, Abby Newman just uncovered a devastating truth, and the fallout is nothing short of explosive. The woman who gave her heart to Devin Hamilton has now found herself face to face with his ultimate betrayal. And it all leads back to one name, Amanda Sinclair. Sources close to the Winters family reveal that Abby stumbled upon a late-night meeting between Devin and Amanda. But this wasn't just a friendly catch-up. Documents, hushed voices, and secret glances told a story Abby wasn't supposed to see. According to an insider, Abby froze in the doorway, watching the man she loved colluding with the woman who nearly tore their lives apart. The bombshell? Amanda has reportedly formed a secret alliance with corporate shark Tucker McCall's partner, Dumis, to dismantle the Winters empire from the inside, and Devin may have known about it all along. Winters in flames with the Dumis alliance now exposed, the Winters legacy is on the brink of collapse. Billions are at stake, and so is family trust. Lily is said to be furious, Nate blindsided, and Jill on the warpath. This isn't just betrayal. This is a corporate ambush, a source close to Chancellor Winters revealed. Abby's heartbreak for Abby, this betrayal is personal. After fighting to build a life with Devin, co-parenting their son, merging families, and healing from past wounds, this discovery cuts deep. Witnesses say Abby stormed out of the office in tears, shouting, "I believed in you, Devon." Insiders say she's now considering full custody of Dominic and a total break from the Hamilton Winters world. Amanda's endgame, what does Amanda really want? Revenge? Power? Redemption? Her motivations remain a mystery, but one thing is clear, she's no longer playing nice. Her alliance with Dumis is strategic, cold, and dangerous. Could she be out to destroy Devin for choosing Abby over her, or is she just a pawn in a much larger game? The fallout begins. The ripple effect of this betrayal is only just beginning. Expect lawsuits, public meltdowns, shocking confessions, and perhaps the biggest corporate war Genoa City has seen in years. And with Victor Newman keeping a close eye on Chancellor Winters, this explosion could set off a chain reaction that rocks the entire city. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that fans may soon see a forbidden kiss, a reunion attempt that backfires, and the new town pariah. Let's talk about some crucial story developments and how they'll affect Y and R in the coming weeks. For starters, Lily Winters and Damian Cain may be on the verge of sharing a forbidden kiss. At least it may be forbidden as far as Damian's boss is concerned. There's more evidence every day to suggest that Aristotle Dumis is actually a Cain Ashby recast. All signs point to Billy Flynn taking over the role, so Damian could get on Cain's bad side in more ways than one soon enough. If Damian goes through with this double agent plot and tries to dupe Dumis, that'll be mistake number one. However, it could be a far worse mistake to lock lips with Lily or even land in bed with her. Assuming Dumis is Cain, it's safe to say that was not part of his plan, and he may ultimately make Damian pay as a result. Based on Amanda Sinclair's info in the May 16 episode, we know Dumis is going after Chancellor and that he's a great admirer of Lily. In fact, Amanda's hints made it seem like Lily is at the center of all Dumis scheming. If Dumis is indeed Cain like we suspect, then he may be hoping for a Lily reunion. Of course, creating this mysterious persona and freaking Lily out about protecting her family business isn't the best way to achieve that. Whatever Cain thinks he's doing is probably going to backfire with Lily, at least for a while. Lily may explode in rage once Dumis is revealed as Cain, so he'll face a tough romantic setback that could be difficult to overcome. Thanks to this elaborate Dumis mess, the show may be setting Cain up as the new town pariah. Cain seems poised to become persona non grata and should have a difficult fight on his hands when it comes to getting anyone to trust him again. Plus, Victor Newman is going to consider Dumis even more of an enemy to crush if he finds out Dumis is none other than Cain Ashby. The Dumis storyline may suddenly get more interesting following the big Cain reveal, so we'll bring you updates on all the shocking news and mayhem to come. Secrets, tension, and a romantic surprise shake Genoa City. There's no shortage of drama on The Young and the Restless this week, as Amanda's return continues to rattle nerves and raise suspicions. Plus, Victor does what Victor does. These are the big moments to watch on My and Our next week. Billy wastes no time grilling Amanda for intel about her connection to the elusive Dumis. Expect pointed questions, evasive answers, and plenty of subtext as Billy tries to figure out whether Amanda is just the messenger or holding back something bigger. But Amanda isn't easily intimidated, and her calm demeanor may just throw Billy off more than he anticipated. Meanwhile, Amanda's presence sparks unexpected discomfort for Abby. Old wounds reopen as Abby struggles with unresolved feelings about Amanda's past with Devin and the complicated family history they all share. Watching Amanda slip back into town doesn't sit well with her, and it's clear Abby will have something to say before the week is over. Across town, romance is in the air, and it's coming from a familiar source. Victor surprises Nikki with a lavish evening for her birthday. Just as she was beginning to feel shut out of his world again, he pulls her in close, showing her that despite the stress and secrets, she's still his number one. But don't be fooled, the mustache still has plenty of scheming to do. Behind closed doors, Victor delivers a dire warning to Michael. Whether it's about Dumis, Billy, Jack, or something else entirely, the threat is serious, and Michael knows better than to dismiss it. The tension between loyalty and self-preservation could have lasting consequences for both men. While Michael navigates Victor's pressure, Lauren grows increasingly worried about her marriage. With secrets mounting and Michael pulled deeper into the Newman orbit, Lauren can't help but wonder if the man she loves is slipping away. Watch for a heartfelt moment as she weighs whether it's time to push back or give him the space he says he needs.